Oh boy. Okay, guys. Here's one for you. This has been one hell of a day for me. First off, thank you guys, all of you, for supporting and tuning in. Pip, you're in the way, sweetheart. So first off, I'm gonna go over everything we've had going on today, dog by dog, and there's a lot more than you can even imagine. So stay tuned. First off, Miss Butters, we're gonna start with you, baby. She looks pretty good, actually. She looks better than she did this morning going in. Miss Butters has had some form of periodontal disease that's so severe, and I've seen this before, and so have the doctors. Butters, baby. She just had a dental 2 years ago. I think I mentioned that this morning, and yet her teeth were just destroyed again. She had 2 front canines on the bottom still intact less than 3 months ago, and all of a sudden out of nowhere they started looking like snaggle teeth popping out of her head facing forward, and we're like, what the heck? And we're like, we got to get her in for dental. Well, unfortunately, her first dental was scheduled for the day that Brittany passed. Or, I'm sorry, the day after Brittany passed. And so she didn't go, and we were able to literally pull her teeth, those teeth, out of her head, just not even trying. Like, oh my God, so we didn't think we needed it. Well, the next day she comes screaming, or a couple days later she comes screaming, and we thought she got in a fight. Well, she didn't get in a fight. She got pounced on. Literally, somebody just jumped on her. That's it. And on the back side of her lower jaw, on this side here, it cracked her jaw. And again, it wasn't a huge, it was a little tiny dog that did it. There's no way that should have happened, because I even asked the doctors, like, okay, are they way too rambunctious? What's going on? And he said, no, this is really bad, this disease. So today we had no, sweetheart. We had to literally eliminate every tooth out of her head. We're going to see how she heals up a little bit. And then we're going to go possibly back to the orthopedic specialist and see if we can, not if we need to, but if it's even possible to wire her jaw up. If you guys remember last time we did this, and forgive me, I can't remember who it was. It's not Emmy, but the baby after her. The jaw was so small. It was Hope. Her jaw was so small that they could not put the plate on it because it was so tiny. So they had to do like this mesh system. So we're gonna see. Obviously, her food schedule is gonna change. She's on her Happy How food, but it's going to be pureed for the most part now. And she does love it. She eats it a lot, but we need to make it easier for her. And over the next couple weeks, we're going to see. We're going to see how we do. And hopefully we don't need an orthodontist, and you're just going to be a derpy little girl, sweetheart. I know, baby. I know you don't feel so good. Daddy will take that off when we get home, okay? All right, moving on. Tadpole here. This is really bad, guys. Tadpole, honey, I know you're sleeping, sweetheart. I'm going to turn you around, though, so we can say hi. There he is. There's my man. He did not have anything done today other than an ultrasound. Guys, you know he needs a dental, but the problem is that, hi, sweet man, I love you. We can't do the dental right now. And my doctor is very progressive in the respect that it's like he knows well enough that, like, okay, these are the precautions, but I feel comfortable enough. No, Pip, you leave her be. He knows well enough the precautions that if, sorry, come here, Miss Butters. Lay back here with Tadpole for now. There you go, baby. With the precautions of whether or not he can put him underneath anesthesia. He said there's no way in the world we want to put him under right now. And the reason why is because, as you guys remember, a couple weeks ago, we brought him in. His kidney values were off the charts, but there was something else going on. He couldn't walk very well. Back end was messed up. What the hell's going on, right? So he's on the KD prescription food. That seemed to be good. His thyroid balanced out, but other levels were a little off. Well, he did the ultrasound this morning, and the doctor found a mass connected to both his spleen and his liver. That seems to be pretty major. So here's how we've handled it. They sent out blood work today, and I want to say that has to do with something about blood clotting or possibly very aggressive forms of cancer or something like that. I can't remember exactly why, but we're going to find the results out Monday for those. And if it's not anything it's negative, then we have to go back in and we have to aspirate and see just what we have. Because let's face it, if it's benign, hopefully we'll be okay. But if it's not, if it's actually cancer, which he thinks it is, I'm sorry, baby boy. We're gonna have to start talking about end of life and quality of life and how long it's comfortable to keep him hanging on. And I don't mind the inconvenience to us and the staff. Sorry, staff. You know, I'll bathe you just like Brittany did, baby. I'll bathe you 2 times a day as long as you have light in your eyes and you want to walk around and you have moments of levity. You're going to live as long as you can, baby. We will accommodate you. I promise you. All right, moving on. Pip, you're unexpected. Hey, I'd be ashamed too. So Pip has a black eye. I didn't find this out till I came back from the vet this morning. I had to rush out very early this morning to go to the vet. And I come back and I find Pip with this, and it turns out Aunt Wanda says sometime in the middle of the night, because the staff always sleeps here now that Brittany's not here anymore. So there's always at least one staff person sleeping here at night, just in case I have an emergency, I have to go to the vet. So they sleep downstairs with the dogs, and apparently Pip, who's a knucklehead, and Cooper, who's a knucklehead, got into it. And it appears that Pip's eye has gotten a laceration in it, excuse me. So what we have is pain meds, we have eye drops, and we have antibiotics for now. We're going to see how this heals because we can't even get her eye open all the way. It's not bad enough to go to the emergency. It's not like we're going to remove her eye, but let's hope it's not how it is. But for right now, she's a tough girl. She's eating fine, little painful, but she's still herself. She just looks like hell. Yeah, I know, Pip. So there's a little a little mess up here that happened to add to our problems. And if Tadpole wasn't big enough, guys, you ready for the bomb I'm about to drop on you all? Okay, ready, guys? What do I have here? How's my sweet little guy? How's my little man? Hey, everybody, this is Tiny. And as you can see from my hand, he lives up to his name. Behind the scenes, so there's somebody here in Maryland that follows the page, a sweet family. I've actually met the husband of the family today. And they reached out to me several weeks ago about a little dog because they knew I had Wally and they knew I had Jaws that had hydrocephalus. And they sent me pictures, and this poor guy, I mean, Jaws' head was huge, right? Like, it was massive. This poor little guy at 6 weeks old, his dome, I mean, it was ridiculous. It looked like his brain was going to explode out of his head. So anyway, I told her, yes, but you got to keep him with his mom until he's at least 8 weeks old. Here you go, Tiny. Hey, buddy. And then once he's off his mom, I'll gladly take him, but I want him to have the best opportunity to survive. Unfortunately, he passed away very shortly after. And everything was fine with this little guy here. And this is not a breeder, by the way, guys. I asked them about this. No, they're not a breeder. And I will get more information because I honestly can't tell you because I did not ask the question because this came up so fast. Whether or not this is, like an oops, or like they purposely had their dogs like to have babies. But to my knowledge, there was only these two. And she frantically reaches out to me last night saying that she's nervous, that he gets lethargic. He can't, what do you call it? His back legs don't work. He cries out in pain. But then when they feed him, he seems to be okay. And I said, well, that sounds critical enough that I would like to come get him as soon as possible. And they agreed. So I literally ran to them before Pip's appointment this afternoon, ran, an hour in the other direction. It was an hour late to the appointment today. Sorry, my bad. Because I had to get him because I wanted to get him in and be seen. So upon bringing him in, it's not just that I was hoping, this is wishful thinking, nothing against the family. Tiny baby, come here, let me show him who you are. There's my little guy. Oh my goodness. Okay, lay back down. What was I saying? Shit. So anyway, it was serious enough that I said, okay, I want to get him. I have a vet appointment this afternoon. We got to get him in because other than that, I can't get him into my vet. And the only thing left is critical care. And honestly, as much as I do like my critical care places, everybody's in admission. Everybody's $5,000 just for 2 days because that's what they're going to take him for. And like last time with, was it Diva? Or no, I'm sorry, it was Bella. Last time, $6,000 for 2 days. She was only there for 11 hours and it was over $4,000. So I always try to err on the side of if I can get them into my regular vet and get their recommendation first, if it's possible, instead of just going blindly into, credit card hell with the amount of money you have to spend, I want to do that. But the problem is that there is concerns with my little man here. It's not just that I was hoping it was that they thought his blood sugar was low because as soon as he eats, he pops back up. And I noticed that today because he ate right before I got him. And then my vet said the same thing. They fed him here and they noticed the same thing. He perked right up. So I'm hoping, hey, maybe we're just not feeding him enough. Maybe we have to continue to feed him, every couple hours, or leave the food there and just let him go to town as often as he wants, which is where I'm going with this. However, I bring him in, even though he peed clear 3 times, once on me, he christened me on the way, and these were good-sized puddles. They said he was dehydrated, and they said that basically his back legs still weren't working properly. He was a little pale. He's anemic. They tried to get blood work on him and couldn't do it. They got a little bit of blood in him. He jumped. They tried to go back, but here's why they couldn't do it. He wouldn't clot when they pulled it out, and they were afraid the blood was actually watery. And this can be a huge red flag, apparently, because there might be a liver shunt or something else going on. So the doctor said, because of knowing his family history with his brother, that this is possibly more severe than just not getting food regulated frequently enough, which I almost want to guarantee that, I wish that was the case, but I don't think it is. So I'm sorry, I'm just leaving it on here. We can post you guys too. So anyway, this is going to be a tough next 48 hours. We're taking him home. He has some subcutaneous fluids. He ate some specially intensive care food. We got 10 cans of that just to start. Okay, we'll start him on his life career as soon as we get him healthy. And hopefully we can. He's got a massive open fontanelle, which is also indicative of hydrocephalus or symptom of it. So I don't know what we have here. We're going to wish for the best. And if, again, this family that reached out to me, you guys are awesome. I know this was so hard. The last thing you want to do is let go of your baby. Like, this was your baby. But the way that you just said, I need you, Bobby. I need you to help me because I can't do this, because I don't know what's going on. I totally respect that. And you've got everything we've got, every bit of influence or every bit of resources that we have. We're going to take care of you, buddy. We're going to make you survive. So I need prayers for Tiny. Pip. I need prayers for Pip to not be such a knucklehead and start fighting with people, because it was her fault. Prayers for Butters in her jaw, and of course prayers for my big man Tadpole. I love you, big man. So sorry for the long-winded post today, guys. It's been very long. It's been very emotional. And I'll post the number for the vets again. Thank you guys for every bit of help you've given. From Tadpole, I love you, big man. Miss Butters, I love you, sweet girl. Pipsqueak, look at me with your good eye, baby. And of course, little tiny man. Can Daddy pull your head up just for a sec, big man? There he is. I know, sweet guy. We're going to get you home and get you fed. I love you, little man. Oh, my goodness. Thank you, guys.